Let's walk up here and onto Buchanan Street while we talk about who will speak for us. I'm just going to show you where we're going. Empty street. Normally on a Saturday, of course, this would be people pouring out of the exit there of the station. One person comes out, and that's an employee of the station. Station is dead. Remember, this is a Saturday before Christmas. Brand new station, brand new design. Empty. It's Buchanan Galleries in the background. That's a massive shopping centre. We'll go up and have a look to see what's happening with that. That would be getting massive business right now. Horrible feeling that's going to be shut down. Yeah, so who is speaking for us? Who is going to challenge this COVID consensus, which I'm defining as a situation where stopping people getting COVID is assumed to matter more than anything else, more than any other health issue, even to the point where people will be allowed to die so long as it is not from COVID, where it matters more than any other social or economic issue and more than our ordinary freedoms, such as freedom of speech, assembly and travel, which are being removed in order to enforce compliance with this consensus. So let's get to the top of Buchanan Street right now. All these shops just closed down. There'd be tens of thousands of people on this street during the course of any normal Saturday. So yeah, who is going to speak for us? Now, I want to give a shout out to that literal handful of legislators who are standing up for us. Nobody in Scotland, I might add. There are two in London, David Curtin and Peter Whittle, who are Assembly members of the London Assembly. They are the only two in London who speak out against the COVID consensus and the destruction of central London. There is one Tory MP in Westminster called Sir Desmond Swayne, who does good work, but he is literally one man. And there is Lord Sumption in the House of Lords. But apart from those four characters, I cannot think of any others. If you can, please tell us. There's certainly nobody in Scotland. If you are an SNP, MSP, you will not dare to speak out against Nicola Sturgeon. Let's just have a look in here to see what's happening with Buchanan Galleries, which is the biggest shopping centre in Glasgow. What's it saying on the door here? Doesn't seem to be anybody in there though. Escalators are empty. There's an employee coming to the door. So let's go up to the top and take a look down the whole place. Yeah, so there's none. We have 129 MSPs in Scotland, and not one of them is standing up against lockdown from a principled position that it is a destructive policy to our health, to our mental health, to our social connections and to our national economy. And this is a party which claims to be the Scottish National Party. You would think they would have some concern for our national economy. You would think even they would do something different from what the government in Westminster is doing, if only to be different. But no, they just play this game that my lockdown is better than your lockdown, which is a false frame which will condemn us all to perpetual imprisonment if we accept it. Okay, I don't want to bother these guys here, so I'll just turn round at this point and see if we can just have a look down the street. Who else have we got in Scotland who might speak for us? Well, you'd think maybe the Alternative Party, like the Scottish Cabbage Party, would speak for us. They should be into things like alternative health. If they were true ecologists, they would be. If they were true ecologists, they would be standing up against this as completely the wrong way of dealing with a virus. But of course, they're not true ecologists. They are simply imposters who have got a social agenda based upon identity politics. Okay, guys, please do share this. Please share this on Twitter. We want to get this message out. We want to get it seen by thousands. This is the second busiest thoroughfare, second only to Oxford Street in London. And it's been recognised for being the second best shopping destination as well. And this is 5 Saturdays before Christmas. Normally it would be hoaching with people, but all the shops are shut. Some of the shops have their lights on, but nobody is home. And think about all the jobs of all the young people who work in these shops and who enjoy working in these shops. You know, these are kind of, some of these are big name shops, but even these big name shops are going to struggle because they were struggling prior to the lockdown with the competition with online merchandise. So the danger is this lockdown could be enough just to kill off even these bigger shops. And of course, on the high street in other places throughout Scotland, it's a complete assault on the small business owner and entrepreneur, and a complete movement of wealth from small businesses to the mega online corporations. And this is all being done under a Scottish so-called national government, and this is an absolute disgrace, because who in the right mind now would want to set up a small business in Scotland and try to employ people if you knew that the Scottish administration could simply come along and close you down on the basis of some disputed scientific point of view. MPs and the MSPs are not doing their job. And you know what? They're getting extremely well paid for not doing their job. The average wage of an MSP is £64,500. Okay? £64,500 to nod your head when your party leader speaks and tells you what to think. What an absolute sinecure. What an absolute disgrace that these people don't look at their money and say, with this kind of money, I should really be speaking up for everybody who's losing their job. My advice to the MSPs is, if you're going to get behind this lockdown, how about you forgo your income? How about you forgo your money? Okay? Because you're literally putting everybody out of work while you sit there on your £64,500 income to do this. A disgrace. So what can we do? Well, we can vote against these people on the 6th of May. But if you are an MSP and you're standing down anyway next year, then you've got nothing to lose. So you should speak out. You should speak out. So for that handful, and I don't care if you're SNP or Tory or whatever, but if you're standing down next year, you can speak out safely, okay? You can speak out safely, and you should do that.